Hi, welcome to Grandma Can Do This. We're doing some simple exercises for you today, so stand up and join me. Remember to check with your doctor or provider before starting a new exercise routine. Take breaks, press pause if you need to, but all in all, let's try to move a little bit more than we did before. Okay, so you're going to need a cane, something to sit on, and that's pretty much it. It's counter to hold. I'm going to get a little sip of my coffee. Okay, so we're gonna just start with a little bit of a twist warm up here. Nothing too crazy. I'm just gonna kind of reach my arms out and kind of try to grab something and pull down. Good, good. And then I'm gonna hold the counter and I'm just gonna pull my knees up here. Just nice and smooth. Not trying to go too far, not trying to go too fast. This isn't about how fast we can make it through it. This is about a good quality workout for you. Good. Okay, so I'm going to kind of stand with my feet about shoulder width apart. If you notice, my feet line up with my pelvis. They're not too far out. Okay, there we go. I feel better now, if that makes any sense. Please hold the counter if you need to, but if you do not need to, let's try not to today. So we're just going to do a weight shift with a brief pause, trying to keep my chin in line with the middle of my groin, and I'm just shifting my weight over onto one hip. That foot is flat on the ground, and I'm shifting the other one back. This is excellent for walking. You should feel this in the plant leg every time. If you need to, please hold the counter. Not going too fast, not going too slow though either. Good. Couple of more on each. Boom. And then we'll do one more on the other leg. Great job. Gonna shake my legs out. And this is where I'm gonna get my trusty buckets in here for this. I'm gonna sit down. I need my cane for this, okay? So we're gonna hold our cane. You can hold your cane like this, like this. I just prefer like this, okay? So we're gonna sit upright at chest in our chair, stool, wherever you're at. And I'm just gonna open and close my elbows downward, if that makes any sense. I'm gonna keep my chest upright. I'm still going to move the cane forward, but I'm not going to push it up. I'm just opening and closing my elbows downward. Good. Good. Keeping your chest up. I'd say look forward. Try not to look around. Good. Just pushing it open and close. I like to try to squeeze my back together as I close my elbows backwards to really feel it in both places. Good. I'm going to do a couple of more. Bam. Boom. I'm going to set my cane down. I'm going to grab the counter to stand up. I'm going to scoot this out of the way, okay? So we're going to do this a couple of different ways here. The first way is I'm going to lean against my counter here, and I'm going to put my hand up here. I need a drink. The cane thing always gets me. Okay, so I'm going to lean against the counter. I'm going to put my hand up here. I'm going to think about gliding the base of my palm upward and forward-ish on my cabinet here, if that makes any sense. You can push in with your hand, but try not to be over dominant with this as just a stabilizer. So we're just pushing our shoulder up. And maybe you can only do this at first. That's okay. Maybe you can only push it down like that. I find that when I push my hand firmly into the door to cause it to go up, and if you're having a hard time with that, let's just pull out an old, you know, and then you can just push it there. Should slide even smoother, if that makes any sense. Good. We're just going up and down. Nothing too challenging. One more. Bam. Can really feel that in my shoulders in a very, very positive way. So now I'm going to stand kind of diagonally. I'm still going to rest my hip there. If you would need to hold the counter, please do so. But I'm just pushing my hand up and down with the pot holder. Nothing too crazy, just upward at an angle. Good. Remember to keep your feet firm on the ground and push through your hand, not your shoulder. Good. One more because it burns. Setting that down. Woo! Woo! That does, you should feel that in your shoulders, I will tell you that. So this is where my cane comes back into play. I'm going to hold my cane. We're going to do this both ways. I'm thinking your feet should be about shoulder width apart here. And I'm just going to kind of not tap the ground, but get as close as I can to the ground without turning my torso. So if you need to hold your hand here or something to hold, to firm, to not twist, go ahead. But if you don't, let's really practice not twisting or rotating our torso. That's very beneficial when falls happen, is not rotating, being able to control the twist. Good. Just back and forth. Nothing too crazy, just deliberately picking it up and deliberately not turning my torso. Good. And then I'm just going to pass it over. Again, if you need to hold the counter, please do so. This is about us not turning or rotating through our torso at all. So I'm just tapping down, not really tapping the ground, just a deliberate pickup. You can see my left hand is much, much different than my right hand. I'm right-handed. That explains it. Bam. Boom. Yep, way different. I can feel it way differently. And one more. Boom. Boom. There we go. Let's set the counter or the cane down. Gonna get a little sip of the water. Good. So now we're gonna do heel rock to toes. So we're just gonna go back on our heels and then up on our toes, and we're gonna do a brief pause in between or at both locations. Brace your core. I would suggest you hold the counter. So we're pushing back and going up, bracing my core and going up, bracing my core, still bracing my core. Good. Trying to balance on that heel for a brief second. If you can lock your knees out at the bottom, go ahead. But if you cannot, please do not try to do so. Don't push your body through anything that's negative. We're old enough to know what negative pain is. Good. Very good. One more on each. Bam. Bam. Good. Should feel that in your legs. We're going to breathe for a second. Nothing too crazy. I'm going to get a little sippy. Good. So we're going to do both legs forward on this next one. I'm going to take and step 1 foot forward like this. Open my gate a little bit. If you need to hold the counter, please do so. But we're just leaning forward and then leaning back. I am pulling my toe and my heel up just to get that lean forward and that lean back, if that makes any sense there. Again, hold the counter if you need to, or something sturdy, wall that you have around. Good. We'll do one more on the back, then we'll switch feet. So I go back, I'm going to hold the counter, I'm going to go to flat foot, I'm going to bring my foot up, put my other foot back. Make sure that it's in a similar location. I hope it is. I'm going to lean back and I'm going to lean forward. Thinking about my midline, nose into between the middle of the groin, staying upright and vertical. Good. Very good. You're doing great. One more on each. So we're going to lean back, woo, and lean forward. Bam. Very good. Let's shake it out. Let's get a little sip. The old wiggy. It itches. So now I'm going to stand kind of like this. I'm going to hold the counter. Make sure you're enough away from the counter. We're just going to reach down and return. So we're just thinking about going down and returning, pushing my tuchus backwards, letting my knees come forward if they can. You could also do it like this, so your knees don't come near as far forward. Either one of those are acceptable. brace your core, push your tuchus back, like you're trying to touch the counter. Be further enough away that you can't touch the counter. Good. Good. One more. Bam. Very good. We'll do the other way the next time. Congratulations, that's one round down. One more to go. Hey, let's get a little sip. Okay, so we're going to start again with the weight shift. We're just shifting over. Hold the counter if you need to. That is okay. And just shifting over. Good. Not going too fast. Nose in line with groin. Bracing my core. Being deliberate and controlled. Doing good things. You got this. Good. Very good. Couple of more. And we'll do one more the other way. Boom. There we go. Gonna grab my bearings. I need to grab my chair. Gonna grab my trusty buckets in here. I'm gonna get my cane. I'm gonna make sure that I hold my hands. I sit upright and then I just open and close my elbows. Not creating necessarily too much tension, but you should feel this when you open and close your elbows. I feel more in my back when I close my elbows, and I feel more in my front when I open my elbows. I'm just pushing it downward-ish somewhat, if that makes any sense. Good. Just pushing down. Nothing too crazy. We'll do 3 more for you. Good. Down, close, down, close, down, close. There we go. I'll set my cane up. I'm going to grab the counter and stand up. Very good. I'm going to lean against the counter. I'm going to get my hand in my pot holder here. And I'm just going to hold here. And I'm just going to push my cane or my hand up and down. Good. Nothing too crazy. Just going up and down. Very good. Very good. We're going to do 2. One more. Bam. You can really feel that in the shoulder. Excellent exercise for you. I'm going to take this and I'm going to lean this way so my torso is facing this way. And I'm going to push this the same way. Up and down. Just thinking about pushing my hand into the cupboard to make it go up. You got this. You got this. One more. Boom. Can really feel my shoulders burn. Very good. So we're going to grab our cane here and we're going to stand right here and we're going to just tap back and forth without touching the ground. Just reaching the cane up and we're not turning our torso. Good. Thinking about not turning. Good. Good. Couple of more. 1, 2. Gonna take a deep breath, readjust my feet if I need to. I'm gonna grab the cane in my other hand, and then we're just gonna tap back and forth, not thinking about touching the ground with the cane or rotating my torso. Good. Doing good things. Really not turning my torso. You got this. Good. 1, 2, 1, 2. Bam. Let's get that out of the way there. Good. I'm going to shake my legs out and we're going to just kind of go toes to heel to rock to toes. Back. We're just bracing, briefly pausing on the toes and the heels. You got this. Briefly pausing. Very good. Good. Couple of more. Don't fall. That's why we're holding the support. Good. 1, 2, boom. Very good. Shake that out. You should feel that. So now I'm going to stand with my feet shoulder width apart. Put one forward and a little bit back. Please hold the counter if you need to. And we're going to just shift forward. Off my heel's going to pull up. And then we're going to shift back and my toe's going to pull up. So we're just shifting forward and backwards in this split stance. Try not to sway this way or that way. Just trying to go straight back and forward. Good. If you need to hold the counter, please do so. Good. And I'm going to go back to the middle. I'm going to readjust my feet. And I'm going to continue with just going forward onto my heel now and onto my toes now. You know, toes, heel. Not swaying back and forth, but just going forward and back. Kind of challenging. You got this though. Boom. Very good. Can feel that. Feel that. So remember that we're going to be enough away where we don't touch it. We're going to hold the counter and we're just going to think about like our hand touching the top of our shoelaces, if that makes any sense. So you're just going to go like that. Oh, I'm going to scoot forward. So I'm just going down and I'm standing up. Just going down, standing up. Good. See how I'm leading the movement with my tuchus? And I'm keeping my chest upright. Good. If you can't push your knees forward, you could just go like that. Keep your chest up and really think about touching your tuchus against the wall. One more. Bam. Very good. We're going to end with a stretch. We're going to push our heel up, keep our chin and our chest up, push our tuchus back, stretch out the hamstring. If you need to hold the counter, please do so. Boom. I'm going to put the other heel forward so you see the other leg. Keep the other chin and the other chest up. Push the other tuchus back. You can see this other leg is bent. You know, that's okay. Stretch right there. Very good. Don't fall. Thanks for joining me. You're doing great. See you next time.